Hello guys, this is the Juggernaut, and I'm joined by Sirethan today.
Hello.
So we're going to be talking about, at least right now, the Chaos Empires and how they stack up to StarCraft 2, or just StarCraft in general. And I guess our first character here is the Miner. So what's your opinions on the Miner, Ethan? Who do you think?
Miner. Let's see. Chaos. Okay, so Chaos has miners. Hmm. I guess the closest comparison I could find would just be the what is it called? The SCV? SCV, right?
I'd argue that they're more drones because they auto-heal, as well as the drones do. But
Oh
that's
yeah,
more of the
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
It's
that's
a
both
tough.
of their passives.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I
But
mean, the thing about drones is though they're not even humans. You know?
eh, but then again, you don't really build things in stick empires, except turrets and walls.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Order is definitely SEV, but
Definitely. I think a lot of the empires and definitely reflect one another. Like Zerg is close to Chaos, Elemental is close. Well, it's hard to compare that with any race. And
an
Order
elemental
is
is Ellie,
yeah,
because
Elemental is
it's unbalanced. So I guess it's a carrier.
goodness. No, Carriers got they got nerfed in the new update, right? I'm
I, I,
pretty
don't-
sure they
I
did.
haven't played it in so long. So Deads, I'm gonna say they're more of immortals because they're normally the last thing standing, just like immortals are.
Yeah, that's true. Um, hmm, hmm. What about Hydra? No, Hydra. I don't think they're like Hydras because they Hydra
Hy-
is in dead. They're
Hydra's,
both gross. That's about it.
Juggernauts, I'm gonna say charge slot because they both charge in at things, but I couldn't really find anything because it's like a Spearton, but it's a has an axe. So I'm just gonna say it's like a charge lot in this case.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
It's
They
either
both
a
have they both have an ability called charge that makes them move forward really fast. So
The only other thing that I could see arguing is Roach, because roaches are really tanky.
yeah,
But
that's true. But they're like ranged. They're sort of ranged. They're like half.
yeah,
It's
they're
weird.
they're wimpy hydras. They're wannabe
Yeah.
hydras. They want to hit up, but they just can't spit that far.
Hmm.
Medusas.
Oh, that's a weird one.
I
I
I've
thought I
heard
thought I
queen. I've heard queens before, but I guess
because
it's because they can
yeah.
hold ground pretty well.
Yeah, and they both determine territory. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. Venom Flux,
Venom Flux is really similar to like the
the creep,
tumor, the creep spread. Yeah. Oh,
Morokai.
there was another unit though that I figured was a lot like Medusa, and I can't remember
Oh,
what it was. I forget. Because wasn't there another unit in StarCraft that did like a ton of damage in a single hit? I haven't played StarCraft in a while.
yeah, neither have I. Ton of damage, one hit. Storm.
No, I mean the
They both
Yamato missile, but I have a hard time comparing the battle cruiser to Medusa. That's really derpy.
Yamato cannon.
Yeah, I pronounce it
Stone.
Yamato.
Oh,
Is it
so
Yamato or Yamato? It's
it's
Yamato, right?
yeah, it's Yamato cannons.
Okay.
Moro, I'm gonna say is like a viper.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. definitely, because they both have like the same exact, which is a
ability.
read. What's the tongue thing called? I forget.
I don't remember what that is. I don't play Zerg. Um,
Neither do I. Let's do Jink.
so wings are mutalisks because they both rely on momentum to be good.
Yeah, they feel the same when you're controlling them too. Have you ever controlled Mutalisks?
Eh, I've played the original StarCraft and they're completely different because you could just stack every single muta on top of each other, move it around the map so it looks like one muta, but you got like 20 of them in there, and that's Micro 101 for StarCraft 1.
Oh, dude, I'm thinking of all the. Oh, you're taking me back to the Steak Empire's cancer. Oh
Wait, you could
goodness,
do that in
you
Stick
can stack
Empires?
wings. No, you can stack wings. Like like it's weird. You could make an argument of whether or not you can actually stack wings.
But they would spread out the second you started fighting, right?
Uh, yeah, they would. But you can stack Mutilas in StarCraft too.
Yeah, but they'd
Like,
kind of spread out once they start fighting. Like, these mutas would literally just stay as one, so they were so hard to target down.
oh shoot. Well, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Mutas and wings are definitely similar.
Crawlers and Zerglings, I don't think there's much there.
Yeah, that's an obvio.
Bombers and Ground Scourge. I think that's what they're called. The little, like, flying really fast things that are in the air that take down. You don't actually have them in multiplayer. You see them in the campaign in StarCraft 1.
No. StarCraft 2, oh dude, what are they called? You know
Banes?
those like
Ba-
Banelings and bombers.
I'm gonna argue Scourge because they're both suicide units and they're both naturally fast.
I don't know. I think Scourge was a StarCraft 1 only unit, and I never played StarCraft 1.
No, you see them in the campaign.
I never played the campaign.
Well, shame on you.
Banelings are 100% suicide units too. There's literally no use other than to blow up. That's what they do. They
You
walk
can
into
bury
stuff
them
and they.
though. You can bury the if you could burrow
But you can burrow
bombers.
them to blow up on somebody secretly. It's the
I wish
same
you could do that with bombers. That would be so cheap.
dude. Like
Fuck
that.
comes in with all of his stuff and you just have like 500 bombers right under him and boom, it's all gone.
Well, think about it. 3 bombers kills an entire line or an entire chunk of archers.
it's, it's uh
No, you do it like by their miners, and then you forget about it. You put a bunch right where they would
oh,
put their mana,
to save
and
it
then
from the
like
castle archer. The castle archer shoots, you burrow it, and then it misses.
I know that was possible.
I wish. That would be.
How derp.
Can't you do that with Turogs? Can't you burrow them and the castle archer just misses?
Yeah, but burrow takes too long. The animation takes forever. But you can still do it once he's burrowed.
And then you just infinite hop.
Oh yeah, then you infinite hop.
On all of his miners, so he can do nothing about it. And
I reindeered it to me. He kept infinite hopping on my statue, and anybody who'd walk in the way would get trapped.
uh, yeah, and you kill the statue that way. Giants are obviously
Yeah.
chaos giants are ultras. Like that's
Yeah. Hmm.
in the old times they used to be game throwers. One
Oh,
second.
because they were like terrible units.
Yeah,
Okay, I know that.
one second. I have
Shoot,
to
I don't know.
stop and start recording. So should we move on? Do you want to do order again?
Oh yeah, I guess let's just do order.
Start. Okay, so order miners. That's SEV. That has to be an SEV.
Definitely. It's kind of hard to compare like any. Well, I guess not. Yeah,
Worker units
is it
to worker.
SUV? Is it
SEV?
SUV or SCV?
I think it's SCV. Uh,
That's a car though. That's kind of weird.
I mean, they're going
Think about
around
it
in
like
their space cars or whatever. They're going around in their space suits. They might as they
probably
have
an SUV. Yeah.
they're better drivers, so they can't be a car. Um, Archers are Marines because they're good in all stages of the game, just like Marines are.
Yeah, but I would almost argue that you could compare them to Hydras better because they both use more bow-like. I don't know what the heck Hydras shoot with actually,
They
but
use their like spines. They throw body
oh
parts
yeah,
at you.
they have like an infinite amount of spines that just shoot out forever.
Yeah, they're more like deads in that aspect.
Oh, see, that's really tough. I would say they're more like Hydras
I
because it seems like you get like way more Marines than you'd ever get with archers. You know what I
well,
mean?
yeah, but I mean, the concepts are same. Spartans.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
Spearton.
Spartans.
Mm. I
They're
want to
like the
say
Spartans. It's a play on words.
I want to
Um,
say Marauder, but the Marauder seems too different.
yeah. I want to say Marauder too because they're like the tanks for the Marines.
They're like they're. It seems like the unit is out at the same period in the game, or can be, but the units themselves are kind of different.
Roach
Too different.
then? Roach?
No. Okay, so pretty much find any tank in the game. Like, and when I mean tank, I mean like something that absorbs damage, doesn't like not shooting.
Oh,
StarCraft doesn't have a lot of
I
damage
mean,
absorbing.
ultras are the go-to, but like those are just I don't know.
What
Brood
about Immortals?
Lords, obviously the
What about
same thing as a Spartan. Um,
obvious? I would say they're most like Immortals because Immortals have in StarCraft 2 they have the ability of
yeah, yeah, but
absorbing
the
damage
funny
like
thing
Spear
is,
Wolf.
I said that about well, no, wait, no, I said that about Deads. So, ha, I
What did we decide Deads were most like Immortals?
I think they're like most because think about it. What's left on the battlefield after a fight clears from a Chaos army? If they're going Deads, the Deads are left.
Yeah, Deads.
After all the smoke clears and a Protoss fight, the Immortals are left. So that's what led me to think they're.
No, I've got it. Okay, I've got it. Archon, Spearins and Archons.
Oh yeah, no, because they have a lot of shields, but once their shield goes away, they kind of die really fast.
Yeah,
Their 10
it's really
HP
hard to
doesn't.
find.
Their
It's
10
really.
HP doesn't help.
I know. I know. It's so weird. Like when their shield goes away, they just instantly die. So
Well,
weird.
no. I've seen like top players keep them alive at like 4 HP, and it's just that must be the worst feeling ever.
Yeah. All right. So what's our next unit?
Magi kill?
Oh, okay.
Um,
High Templar.
yeah,
High Templar.
no, because of their storm and their
E-Wall. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel
Ah,
like there's another unit they could compare to, but I can't think of it.
any spellcaster? It's a generic spellcaster. Let's find the most generic one, and we'll compare the two. Merrick's. I mean, I want to
Meta.
say Medivacs, but they're more like medics than Medivacs.
Oh, okay. Queens, because Queens have transfuse, and
Oh,
that
and they're both
that
really slow. It,
yeah, that's a good one.
ooh, ninjas.
Ninjas.
Dark Dark Templar? Is that what they're
I would
called?
say so, yeah. They both have cloak.
Cloak, and they're both really annoying to deal with if you don't have the proper tools.
Yeah, I would agree with that. High Templar and
Dark.
it's not Ninja Shadow Wrath, dude. Get it right.
Pros call them ninjas.
Oh.
I thought you were a pro at this game, Ethan. I haven't
Well,
touched it in like a year, and I know that.
but
Um,
Shadow Wrath has the lore, and you gotta get that Stick Empire's lore, my dude.
oh, you're right. Um,
Remember, they came from Portland, didn't they?
I,
And then they all died, and then they came back as Shadow Wrath because they evolved. Wait, was it Portland? What was the name of it?
I don't remember.
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh no. Elbows? Uh,
Allos?
elbows. What do you think they're like?
There are a lot of options. There are a lot of options, and I
A
want to
tanky
say,
flyer that does a lot of
hmm,
damage.
and has no use in the game.
Oh.
Ravens. No, not Ravens. No.
Ravens are actually really, really good.
Shoot. I'm trying to look at where Swordwrath. Where would they be from? Oh, you know who I need to ask? I need to ask. Uh, I forget his name. He knows like Stick Empire's lore like the
Hex.
back of my. No,
Oh.
I need to sentence back of my hand. Oh, he changed his name to. It's Pax Ordera, or whatever his.
Yeah,
Pax
that's
Order.
sort of elbows.
Okay, I'm asking him right now.
You're gonna get this really, like, 10-year-old lore stuff. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, dude, you got to get that lore. Lore's the best. All right, ask him, where did swords originate?
Sword Rat? Shadow Wrath?
No, because the swords came from the Shadow Wrath came from swords. So if you know where the swords came from, you kind of
My
know where
God.
the.
You're right. The swords, like, or the Shadow Wrath rebelled against the Sword Wrath, didn't they? And they became
No,
better.
the Sword Wrath died, right? So you in the campaign you kill them all, and then the remaining Sword Wrath learn to like evolve and adapt, and then they turn into the Shadow Wrath.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I have not played that thing in a while.
because that was only in Stick Empires because Stick War did not have Shadow Wrath. So yeah.
So what are elbows like?
Okay, but yeah, back to elbows. Tempest.
Yeah, but they don't really have range. Like, archers outrange them. That's the thing. I would want to say Tempest, but they just get outranged by everything. They're bad Tempests. They have no range.
So Tempest with no range.
Ooh. Sword Wrath? I want to say they're just a stim pack. Like, that's what they are.
Yeah, because Stim Pack and Rage are literally the same thing.
Only one is good and one isn't. Because one's on a ranged unit and the other's on a little weak guy that tries to poke you with a sword.
Yeah. They're never convincing. Like, if you look in the Stick Empire games, they're always, like, terrible at what they do.
Yeah, they are pretty bad at what they're early game tanks, and they're early game tanks that are really bad, Marauders.
Uh, I don't...
Because they can also use stem.
No, Reaper? Yeah, Reaper.
But
I don't know. No.
Can
It's
Reaper
really,
use
that's
stem?
tough. No, Wait, I
Marauders
don't
can
know.
use stem, and they're like early game tanks that fall off really fast. And so are swords.
Yeah, but you never open with a Marauder. That never happens. You know what I mean?
What what person opens with a sword against an order player?
A lot of people, dude.
If they're just gonna get kited to shreds by the archer.
Well, that's why you don't approach the archer, and then you buy one yourself. Pro strats.
Well, you're still gonna go into Marines. Like, you're not gonna go on Marauder only.
Wait, so we're not talking about Stick Empires anymore?
Well, we're comparing the two games.
Oh, shoot. I guess I have to stick with Marines, because the Stimpak and Rage are literally 100% the same.
But Marauders can also use stem. And they're more the tankier of the two. And the sword is technically more tanky than the archer.
Okay, I see your line of thought now. Hmm.
Marauders can't shoot up, and swords can't poke up either. They don't, like, throw their
Oh,
swords.
you're right. You're right, because Marauders are more like melee units than your traditional range unit, because they can only shoot like. So I'd agree, they're more like Marauders.
And, ooh, Order Giant.
Thor,
So, yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Thor.
definitely Thor.
Thor is
Definitely.
here. You want to do elementals next?
Oh goodness, I guess.
This elementals. And there is a miner on our screen that doesn't seem like anything like, oh, well, I don't even remember what its name was.
Chompler.
Chompler, yeah, Chompler. Um,
They both, okay, so drones and chomplers both look like crabs.
there we go. That's it. That's it.
But
They
here's
both.
what's weird. Here's what's weird. Chomplers are more, okay, so chomplers are made by turning an attack unit, Earths, into miners. But Zerglings, an attack unit, are made by turning non-attack units into attack units.
They're
So
made
they
by
like
larvae. I guess you could make the fact that drones turn into buildings, which are non-attack units, and earth elementals turn into.
so they both morph.
Yeah,
You know
they
what I
both
mean?
morph.
So definitely that. And larva is not comparable with literally anything in the game. Like,
Scorpion.
seriously.
Right.
Did you know you can move larva in StarCraft 1?
I think you could. I haven't played it in a while.
It's a fact. It's an actual fact. You can slowly migrate larva if you spam play. It's a fact.
Air
I'm gonna see if
elementals. Oh, air. What does an
Air?
air elemental do? What's a bad flying unit?
A bad.
Airs. They do a lot of damage, but they just don't have attack speed.
But you know what else does a lot of damage, but it doesn't have attack speed?
What?
Okay, what is it called? Yeah, it's
I mean,
they called Ghost.
ghosts?
What's that unit that can cloak in the air? And it belongs to
Banshee?
Banshee. That's it.
Banshees
Simply
are
because
Banshees can be really cheesy at times. Like, I guess air. Oh, wait, you can really cheese your way through airs. You can just build like 20 of them and just say, yeah, I know you have that unit, but it's not there anymore. Like, I got
yeah.
enough airs to one-shot ninjas before, and then I lagged out.
So that's like pretty much every elemental game ever. I did this and then I lagged out.
Only it was really funny because I just one-shot the ninjas. He'd go out to try to kill my V's, and I'd go bang, and then there's a ninja gone. Bang, another ninja, and he'd just have to run back. Um, Infernos?
Infernos.
Oh.
Hmm.
AoE effects, but nothing else. That's a lot of
I
A
guess.
Templar because they're kind of helpless on their own without their abilities. They have really good abilities, but then again, storms are instant, so.
Okay, so you could say, oh shoot, what was I saying? Literally lost my, okay. So Infernos are kind of like, no, I got nothing.
Uh,
I don't know.
it's a fire person.
It's a fire person, and nothing in StarCraft uses fire except for buildings falling to the ground.
Burning building, that's what it's like.
Okay, so an
Because when you
Inferno is
make
like,
them, you're not making V's, so they're bad units. And if you don't save your burning buildings, you're a bad player, so that's the similarities there. Didn't repair with an SCV fast enough. Earth Elemental.
Earth Elemental.
What's a melee unit that you could dodge the attack of? Because that would be the same thing.
Oh shoot, you're right. I don't know.
Normally, melee things can't miss, but he can miss his punches. Good units right here. So if you
Well,
do,
here's an fact. They have stun, and Marauders have.
yeah, I guess they could be like,
We need to stop comparing things to the Marauder.
it's a marauder. Okay, so we have a V, and I'm gonna say they're like infestors. They're
Because they can get. Oh,
yeah,
you're right. You're dead right. You were dead right. 100. Yeah, yeah. Easy infestors. You're right.
they're good infestors that can take permanent control over units and create
Yeah.
clones of themselves.
Can infestors clone?
I think they make changelings. What makes changelings?
Changelings are freaking weird. Are those still even in StarCraft 2? Did they remove them?
I think they're still there. I think I saw them at.
Nobody uses them.
Well, I think you can body block, like, you can do weird, like, useless stuff. Like, body block, like, Marines and stuff with just sheer masses of changelings. And you can just catch, like, the rest of the army out off guard and then just go in. But yeah, no, they're pretty much. Just block all of the miners from mining, just surround them.
So you're telling me their body blocking is more useful than their attack?
Wait, they can attack? I thought they couldn't.
Yes. Well, in
Oh.
StarCraft 2,
Oh, I thought they just didn't. I mean, I guess you could also do that, but I've seen, like, changelings use, like, body block. Um, so I guess we have a water now?
a water?
A
Okay.
water elemental.
Hmm. Dude, that's weird. I don't even know. So I'm trying to think, like, what freezes units and what gives their life to heal other units, and I can't think of it. I literally can't think of anything.
What would be a useful of a suicide unit that heals you? You normally, when you make suicide units, you want them to kill the enemy, not waste space. Like, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. I can't think of what a water unit would compare to. Like, seriously.
Like, they're just broken. They're so useless that when people underestimate them, they just freeze your ninjas, and it's just so bad. Because you can take control of a unit, move it right next to water, uncontrol it, freeze it, kill it. Like, Magi Killer useless without their abilities. Um,
Dude, I don't know. I have nothing.
I
I
have
don't know what to
nothing.
compare to. Yeah.
A medevac?
Like there's no function that the water has
A
that is in
medevac? It's
StarCraft.
like a backwards medevac almost?
No, because that's so different.
Well, yeah, no, but
So
they're
the
kind of
medevac,
like the same because uh,
they heal.
they
That's
pick up,
literally it.
medevacs pick up people, waters trap people. They're both like supportive things.
That's a really derpy comparison, but I'll take it.
I mean, we got nothing else. They're both fast. Boosters
Okay.
and fires, then.
Oh yeah, we're talking about fires now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we're trying to find something in StarCraft that resembles fire other than a burning building.
Fire elementals. Range. Flamethrower? Hellbats?
Yeah, that's
Hellions?
true. Yeah, the Hellions definitely. Now Hellions, yeah, I guess. LOL.
Okay. Chirags are next. Chirag.
Shoot. Wrongs. I feel like Chirag. Let me think.
A Chirag.
Chirag. You know
Another
what's like a
weird.
Chirag?
It's
Mothership. No, I'm just kidding.
uh motherships are more of supportive units. This isn't supportive.
This is just OP.
It's a tank. What's a really good cheap tank? Like it just doesn't exist. Wait, they're
No,
like burrowed
no.
lings. They're burrowed lings because or burrowed uh
Well, anything that's a ground unit in Zerg can burrow, right?
burrowed banelings because you see here when you pop up, you can infinite hop all of the archers, just like you can baneling a bunch of marines.
Okay, that's like the closest thing we got, I guess. Why do I feel like there are more elemental units than any other?
Because there are. You have 4 units, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. The scorpions are 1.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, there are 2 extra units. You're right.
I think there's 9 units, right? There's a miner, a flying. Uh,
Oh, I'm gonna see if Pax replied because he's the lore master of Stake Empires. Oh no, he hasn't.
Scorpion. Cyclades. Uh, Vikings, maybe? No, no, they're not like. What's a
Oh,
melee
Ravens.
flyer? Like, that's just stupid.
um, a melee flyer.
Flyer.
I want to say Ravens because it seems like their tornado's ability is a lot like what a Raven would do.
I
But
guess
then
they're
again,
supportive flyers. Yeah, I guess. But they're also
yeah,
AA. Like, which is why I think Vikings, because they can't hit down.
I guess this is a good example of why Chaos is OP because it has the use of 2 units. It's a supportive flyer, but it's also an AA, and you don't see that in like any other RTS that I can think of, right?
Oh, well, I mean, there's carriers. They're supportive by taking out the entire enemy army. You know, good stuff. And they're flying.
Well, there's that. But
Um,
remember, if we're talking about StarCraft 2, carriers got nerfed, so that puts a kink in things.
battle cruiser. We haven't said battle
Oh, cruise.
cruiser.
I think we're just getting deeper down the rabbit hole.
You see here,
Like,
when you
what are we
get
gonna
double
say next?
tornadoed, you feel like you just got hit by a Yamato cannon. Because suddenly you had units, and now you don't. When 5 Yamatos go off, and they hit all of your big units, you suddenly feel like you're a trash. And when the person has 3 cycloids, and they all double tornado, you feel like trash, because now all your flyers are dead. Um,
Okay, so I have a weird way that we could do this. I can compare the cycloid to the vortex texes.
what? What are...
The vortex? Is that in StarCraft 1, the vortex?
Is that like when you can, like, warp things out for a time period as Protoss? Is that an ability?
Yeah, it was removed in StarCraft 2, but that was when you absorbed everything. And vortex is kind of like tornado. But I have another suggestion. It could be the mothership core. No. Yeah, we're just getting... Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Mothership core, yeah.
I don't freaking know.
I mean, I guess they're like Vikings because they can't get down. And they're both AA. And Vikings are better support for your, like, other things. So, like, they just don't mass battle cruisers or something.
I don't know.
It's broken. That's what it is.
Okay, all right. Well, here's one. So the cycloid could be like, what's that Protoss unit called? A Colossus.
Oh. Yeah, I guess they do have a lot of AoE.
Yeah, kinda. LL. That's all I get.
Treachers and Scorpiolines.
What did you? What did you say?
I don't know. I don't remember how to pronounce the name. The little
It's
scorpion thing.
um. So that okay. So
Treachers are kind of like carriers. They're bad carriers.
no. What are they? Brood? No, not brood warlords.
Broodlords? Like the things that throw things down and are siege?
No,
I guess.
what are those? What are those? Zerg unit that?
Broodlings?
No,
Broodlings?
no. It's dude. I forget the name. What is it?
What are you referring?
Swarm unit. You know the swarm units? What are those?
Oh,
What are those?
Locust.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but what is like
The swarm
the
host.
main swarm host? Thank you. That's it. Swarm host. That's all I got.
Creatures are broken. Swarm hosts are broken when you're behind, or like when the enemy is behind.
So do we agree that swarm hosts are most similar to trees?
No, I can see it. I was thinking something that makes units, and I thought carrier.
Yeah.
But no, they're not really. Yeah. Carriers are more busted for their DPS, and treachers, I guess, are just really big wolves. This is why.
Oh wait, here's one. Okay, here's one. Roaches, because roaches have that. They basically have the Death Blossom move. You know what? You know. They can burrow and then they can like hit you from underground, just like Death Blossom.
You mean? Oh. I don't remember.
No, they're not roaches. What are they called?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're upgraded roaches.
I think
And
they're
they're,
upgraded hydras. They're upgraded hydras. They burrow down, and they like siege a point, with like, and they have massive AOE. Lurkers. Is that what you're talking about?
Lurkers. Yes, that's it. Lurkers. Thank you.
If
I
only
would still
Treachers
say
had an auto. That's the only thing a Treacher is missing. I guess instead they
So,
spawn little, like, mini tanks for them, so... Yeah, no, I can see it.
so they're similar to Swarm Host and Lurkers.
Yeah, no, because they have to, like, root up before they get good, and so does the lurkers. I can really see that now.
Yeah, yeah,
So, Infernos is the only thing we have. Burning... Wait, did we say that was a burning building?
yeah. That was a burning
Yeah,
building.
like...
That's all we had.
What do we do?
Are we out of elemental units?
I think that's it. We did it. We went through the entire Stick Empire's roster.
Shoot.
We haven't gone over Ace Player's Troll Empire yet. But that
I
will
feel
be
so complete. I feel like Steak and Buyers can finally be put to rest now. It's finally transitioned.
because we've talked about a better game now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, Ace Player made a Troll Empire?
I'll talk about it afterwards. 1 second, the video's about to end.
Okay. Who's gonna do the closing? Wait, is it like still recording?
Okay, yeah, no, I just started recording.
Okay. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this awesome video. I had a fun time. Idie, you can finish the outro.
This has been the Juggernaut. You keep playing your games, and I'll keep playing mine. What should they do, Sirethan?
They should like and subscribe and join Raging Infernos because it's the best place ever.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.